Hello everyone, and welcome back to DET Coach's Beginner's Guide to the Duolingo English Test. In the previous lesson, we learned how the Speak About the Photo task works and a general structure for describing an image. Starting with this lesson, we'll focus on how to choose and vary the vocabulary used in the template slots. Whether an image focuses on people, objects, an indoor scene, a natural landscape, or urban architecture, you can follow the same template. Familiarizing yourself with these common phrases in advance allows you to use them as soon as you see the image, instead of searching for every English word during the test. For an image of people, complete the first sentence with the number of people, their activity, and the setting. Then place actions, postures, interactions, tools, and atmosphere in the later slots. The template provides the structure, while the vocabulary bank supplies the content. For a simple image, you can omit one or two sentence patterns instead of forcing yourself to use them all. The first group of phrases helps you identify the number of people and the main subject. One person, a pair of people, several people, and a small group quickly establish how many people are in the image. When an image contains several people, use the central figure or the person closest to the camera to identify the main subject. This is clearer than repeatedly saying a man or a woman. Once you identify an action, add its object or location after the phrase to create a specific sentence. For example, the person closest to the camera is carefully arranging several items on the table. If the image shows two actions, you can connect them with while. One person is reaching for a tool, while another is checking the results. An action describes what one person is doing. Interaction explains how several people are taking part in the activity together. Begin with 3 high-frequency phrases, working side by side, gathered around, and focused on the same task. For example, several people are gathered around the same table and appear focused on the same task. Posture can add information when an image does not show an obvious action. Common phrases include standing upright, bending slightly forward, and turned away from the camera. The central figure is bending slightly forward and holding something with both hands. Posture describes only the position of the body. Standing with arms crossed does not necessarily mean that someone is angry, and turned away from the camera cannot be used to determine a person's emotion. Clothing and tools can make your description of an action more specific. Start with wearing a uniform, holding a small tool, and operating specialized equipment. If you do not know a person's occupation, describe only the visible clothing and tools. Do not identify a profession based solely on white clothing or a particular piece of equipment. If you cannot identify the setting, use a cautious phrase such as a kitchen-like space, or choose a broader expression such as an indoor work area. Begin with 3 atmosphere phrases: cooperative and focused, calm and orderly, and lively and energetic. They usually appear in the final sentence. For example, overall, the scene looks cooperative and focused. The atmosphere must be supported by the actions and relationships among the people. If you cannot see their expressions, do not add words such as happy, nervous, or excited without evidence. Now look at the classroom image in the lesson materials and fill the general template with phrases from the vocabulary bank. During your 20 seconds of preparation time, you can select several people, preparing food, gathered around, a large metal tray, and cooperative and focused. Now listen to the complete response. This image mainly shows several people preparing food together around a large metal tray. In the foreground, one hand is holding a thin, light-colored piece of food, while another gathers some of the colorful mixture from the center. Looking more closely, only their hands and arms are visible, so the preparation process remains the main focus. Farther back, more light-colored pieces are piled along the edge of the tray. One detail that stands out is the contrast between the pale outer pieces and the textured mixture. Based on the shared tray and coordinated hand movements, the scene appears to show people assembling portions of food, although the exact dish is difficult to confirm. Overall, the image presents a careful shared task, and the atmosphere seems cooperative and focused. This response does not change the template. It simply places phrases for images of people into the corresponding slots. The more familiar you are with these phrases, the less time you will spend pausing to search for the right word or phrase during the test. This also makes it easier to focus on the content of the image and the coherence of your response. The lessons on objects, indoor scenes, and natural landscapes will continue to use the same template while building a separate, topic-specific vocabulary bank for each. For a more comprehensive list of topic-specific phrases and vocabulary, read the corresponding lesson on the DET Coach website. I'll see you in the next lesson.